talk to me. I really wanna know you. Come and talk to me. I really wanna please you. Can I talk to you? Ooh, come and talk to me.
Hey you guys, welcome back to Lay It on the Line. Before we get started, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. I have a special guest on the show today, and I actually met her when I was at another event called Forever Rose. And when I heard her speak, I just knew that I had to get her on the show, Lay It on the Line. So let's talk about it. So today I want to introduce to you guys Pastor Bridgette.
Yes. Hello, everyone.
I'm sorry about that. Like, okay, I just want to make sure I get it right. All right, so Pastor Bridgette, I want you to go ahead and introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about you, and then we'll get into everything else.
All right. Well, my name is Pastor Bridgette Williams. Um, I like going by Pastor Bridgette. And I'm just glad to be here. Thank you for having me. And I'm just a regular old girl that loves the Lord and want to help everyone that I can to beat their full potential. Um, I love God, I love people, and everything that I do, it is to help someone to be better. I don't know if you want full, because I have a very long resume.
Well, how long have you been a pastor?
I've been a pastor. My husband and I actually founded and started our church almost 7 years ago.
Okay,
So it'd be 7 years in January.
okay, and where you
And
guys located?
and we're in the city gas area, which is northeast. We're at 6409 Eastland Street, and that's in Houston, Texas,
Okay,
northwest side.
okay, I know what it is.
Yes, so I grew up in that area as well. My mom had a church there for a lot of years, and she moved the church to another area, and somehow God just directed us right back to the same
Back
place.
home.
Yes, and so that's where we have our church now.
Okay, so tell us and tell everybody who is looking for a church home, what hours do you guys operate, and do you have like Bible study or Sunday school? What hours?
Yes. So we have every Sunday, we have church at 11 o'clock every Sunday. So you can meet us there, 6409 Eastland Street. And also we have prayer and Bible study on Tuesdays. Tuesday evening we meet at 7 o'clock. We have prayer for 30 minutes. 7:30 to 8:30 we have Bible study. And we get into the Word. We bring our Bibles. And my young people, I have a lot of young people, and they have encouraged us to start getting Bibles, not using the Bible app,
Yeah.
but using your real Bible. So everybody start buying Bibles. And now we bring our Bibles to Bible study. We write our notes and highlight, in our Bible. So we kind of went back old school, and it's really fun. It was so nice Tuesday night when we had Bible study. The young people were sitting all on the floor and just ready to learn
And
the
you
Word
don't
of
see that
God.
all the time. Well,
Exactly.
I don't ever see
Yes.
something like that, but that's good. Sometimes you have to go old school with technology being the way that it is,
Mhm.
and with AI, with so many things that's being changed, you can just go back to the book. It's written.
Yes. That's right. It is
It's
written.
right there. You already know. All
Exactly.
right, so for all you guys that are looking for a church home, or if you're just looking to go visit Pastor Bridgette, she gave you the information. You know what time you can go to her church and hear the
Mhm.
word. All right,
Yes.
so what I want to get into now, I know that you have an organization where you help people to get certified to become Christian counselors.
Yes.
Let's hear about that.
Well, my husband and I have started this business. It is called Community Christian Counseling Academy. And we're partnering with another college, and we are a center to where we train people. But all the classes are online,
Okay.
so it's on Zoom once a week for 2 hours, 14-week class. And so what we're doing is training believers who love God and love people and want to help people.
Okay.
And as they're going through this class, it's 14 weeks, we're training them on different tools and different skills on how to not just be a listener, but also help guide people back to God.
Okay, so if I was to join this program, it's online, so I don't have to leave my house. I can
Right.
do it after I get off of work because it's in the evening time,
Mhm.
and it's just one day out the week for 14 weeks.
Yes.
All right, so when I log online, what can I expect? You say not to just be a listener, but somebody that can also give advice. So like, who would be my audience? Who would I be giving this advice to?
So when you're in the class,
Hmm.
first and foremost, before the class even begin, every student has to sign a confidentiality agreement.
Hmm.
That means whatever we discuss in the class, whatever we talk about, it stays in the class. It
Hmm.
does not go any further. And so when you log on, all the students are logging on. Everybody have their cameras on, your mics on, and it's just like we're in a classroom and we're all face to face. We're talking. I'm going to go through the curriculum, and which is all Bible-based curriculum. I have a PowerPoint that they actually can visualize and see. But we're going to have discussions. They have quizzes. They have homework. It's just like
A real
school.
training, right?
It's real training, and but you're very engaged
Okay.
in the classroom. So it's not like I'm talking, I'm telling you everything that, and you're not saying anything, you're just listening. No, everyone is talking. We're talking,
Interacting.
yes,
Hmm.
back and forth. So the class is very interactive.
Okay, so would these counselors be like in the church? Because, like, let's say somebody said, okay, well, you go to church and you get counseling. So would these counselors be able to help people with maybe marriage counseling, premarital counseling, and stuff like
Yes,
that?
yes. So what it is they're premarital, they're getting training on how to be a lay counselor. So they're working under their pastor.
Okay,
So it's not like you're going to get certified and now you go start your own practice. So it's not that kind of a certification.
but you can practice underneath the
But
church.
you
Well,
can,
at the church.
yes, you're practicing underneath the church, under your pastor.
Okay.
So you're a support to your pastor.
Okay, because I know like some churches they have like the youth department, like for troubled teens or adolescents,
Hmm.
you have a counselor for them. So that would be the same working under that pastor, because the pastor might,
Yes,
let's say he is working with the people that's married that need some help.
right.
We should get counseling.
Yes.
Get counseling. You don't want to go to your job counselor or your doctor counselor. You can go to the church.
That's right. That's
Yeah.
it.
And I think that's big in our community. A lot of people don't believe in getting counseling, but you really just need to sit down and talk about some things and hear it
Hmm.
from somebody that's looking from a positive standpoint. Not your
Right.
friend or your homeboy that's going to tell you to leave your girlfriend or leave your
Right.
man, because that's not what it's all about.
Exactly.
All right, so this is Community Christian Counseling Academy. Now, is there funding for this training?
When you say funding, what do
Like,
you?
can people get funding to take the class?
We don't offer funding right now, um, but hope to do that in the future
Hmm.
to have some type of fund. But we do have payment plan.
Okay, payment
Okay,
plan.
yes. So we do payment plans to work with them to where they don't have to pay the whole thing at once.
Okay, that's good
Yes,
too. I
yes.
know that they do have some programs that's out there where I went to a certification class, certified nursing assistant, and there
Hmm.
was another lady. It was a lady that had her own foundation. It was called I think the Doll Foundation,
Oh, okay.
and their foundation paid for people that wanted to become CNAs. So
Okay.
I just had to find a school, and luckily the school that I found, their
Yeah.
price was within the budget that they gave me. So maybe you can find some foundations, or maybe people that's watching that can spread the word can find
Yes.
foundations that do donations that help people to get certified, because this is something that's
Yes.
positive that can help people.
That's really
Like,
needed.
I can't even, I think somebody told me about the foundation. I want to say it was the Doll Foundation, and it could have
Hmm.
been Houston based, but they
Oh,
did
okay.
give me, I guess you can call it a scholarship, but they
Hmm.
paid for my class for the
That's
school, and the school
awesome.
took it, as long as I guess they wrote them a check and it passed. So maybe we can find somebody that is looking to sponsor somebody to take some classes
Yes.
like this. Y'all get paid, they get the training.
That would be so amazing because I had some people, a couple of people that wanted to take the class, but financially they just could not afford it.
Right.
And I wish that I could help them
Hmm.
and, really give them some kind of assistance, even though I did offer to lower the price even. I
Hmm.
said, well, I'll take a cut. It's fine.
No, your
You know,
price
I
is
know.
your price.
I know.
That's what
But
we need to stop doing. We
yes,
need to stop discounting because
that's
nobody
true.
else is going to give you a discount. Your price is your price, and what you're
Hmm.
offering is worth every penny
It
that you're
is.
asking
It
for.
is. And I guess because that's the part of me
You
that
just
just want
want to
to,
give them,
yeah, I
yeah.
just want to help. I just want them to get the training because I know how valuable it is and how much is needed. Because, I mean, mental health is on a rise and people need someone that's trained,
Yeah.
not someone that's just going to tell you some off the wall
Or
stuff.
what you want to hear.
Yeah, or yeah, telling you what you want to hear. You need someone who's going to be trained and know the information and that can tell you in love
Hmm.
and say, okay, no, sweetheart, this is,
Right.
the way that I think is better for you. Even though I tell the counselors, I said, you're not here to fix people. That's not what we're here. We're here to guide them.
Yeah. Sometimes
So,
people just need to be guided into looking at something from not just their point of view.
yeah.
You know, a lot of times if people would just sit back and think about if this was happening to me, how would I respond to that? Or how would it
Mhm.
make me feel if somebody did this to
Yep.
me?
Having empathy.
Yeah. But a lot of people are selfish. They
Yes.
don't know what empathy, sympathy, apology, and none of that is. Speaking
Exactly.
of people being selfish, now tell me about your book, Better Not Bitter. Because I hear a lot of people throwing that bitter word around. So
Yes.
tell me about how did you come up with the name Better Not Bitter?
Well, actually, and I put it in my book, I think I put it in the intro. What came to mind was my daughter. She did it. She does praise dancing, and she danced for me to this song at my 50th birthday celebration. And the name of the song is Better.
Okay.
And when she danced to this song, and I began to listen to the song, and the more I listened to the song, I'm like, wow, you're right. So she just talking in the song about how, she's better, but of course she could be bitter.
Hmm.
And just the way that she was talking in the song, and I was like, man, that's true. I really could be bitter based on all the things that I've gone through in my life. As I reminisce and start thinking back, I say, wow, thank you, God. I start really thanking God about how He have made me better,
Right.
inwardly. It's not about the exterior. It's about what's in your heart and how you feel. What do you think when things come up? And so that prompted me to want to write a book. So I start talking about writing a book, but
Hmm.
I still didn't write the book. But when we had the pandemic, and during the pandemic,
God gave you some time on
that's
your
he gave
hands,
me some
didn't he?
time on my hands. So he was like, "This is the time."
Hmm.
So I started writing the book, and by the end of the pandemic, about 2022, I guess around that time, is when I was like, "Okay, it's time to go ahead and get it done." And so I self-published. It was March, I believe, 2023.
Okay, what do you like most about the Bitter Not Bitter? Like, do you have a favorite chapter?
Um, I don't know if I have a favorite chapter other than the one with my when I met my husband, my new. I think that was because that was the one better days. That was
Okay.
the after a lot of the bitterness. But I think that if that would be a favorite one, it would be that chapter.
Do you feel like you maybe like was able to release or let go of some things that might have been could have caused you to be bitter by writing it out and just looking at because sometimes when we go through things especially like relationships you
Hmm.
whether if you're the person that wants to walk away from the relationship we tend to think about the good things but
Right.
sometimes you need to look at and remember the bad things
Yes.
because you
Yes.
stay in those bad situations and that's what make you bitter even when you remove yourself from it. So
Hmm.
sometimes people need to reward themselves for being able to walk away.
Right. And that's what I was so glad that I was able to find a better days
Mhm.
because just from a baby, from a child, and when I started out the book, it was being I was the sixth child of eight, and
Wow.
but my mother was she had a lot of kids, so she
Yeah,
was
she
having
was
them kind of
six out of
kind
eight.
of back to back, and so my aunt couldn't have kids.
Okay.
And my aunt asked her for my sister that was before me, asked if she could have her, adopt her. And my mom said, no, you can't. And so then she got pregnant with me a year and a half later. my aunt didn't ask for me.
Mhm.
And she had me and went on. And then she got pregnant a year later.
Your mom got pregnant again.
Yes, and so my aunt asked for my sister, and my mom let her adopt my sister that was under me.
Mhm.
And so that's how I started my book. I was saying I was rejected even before I was born.
Oh wow.
And but I never thought about it until I started writing. And then when I was like, oh my gosh. And the crazy thing, as I was writing, why I revisit those moments, and I was fighting depression, all that while I was writing the book.
Mhm.
I
Mhm.
went through depression. I went through all different kind of emotional,
Reliving things.
reliving the events that I was writing about.
Mm.
It's really real. And so as I finished the book, as I went through it, and I said, Lord, I really want to be able to help other people to pull out of that hole, because you feel stuck.
Mhm.
Because I felt like I was stuck. I
Mhm.
couldn't move further, but through writing the book, I didn't want it to stop there. I wanted to take it a little further. And then that's when I said, well, I need to have a conference
Right. Right.
about the book.
So have you've had conferences about your book? How successful are those?
They've been very successful. I've had one every year since I wrote the book. So the first year, 2023, when I released the book,
That's
I
the self-published book,
the
right?
self-published book
Okay.
on Amazon, and it's available on Amazon right now. Oh,
Okay.
and
Yes, go ahead and
here
show
it
them.
is.
Better Not Bitter. You can find it on Amazon. Go ahead and support Pastor Bridget in her book. Come on now.
Yeah, so this that's the memoir, and then I have the other two that's on there, which are the affirmation book. So
Okay.
it's called Affirmations for Life.
Okay.
But they're all better, not
And are
bitter.
these like affirmations? I don't know if you ever saw the show Being Mary Jane. She would put her sticky notes of affirmations on the mirror, like, and she
Mm-hmm.
would read them. And sometimes you do have to be the person that,
Affirm it.
yeah, you is
Oh yeah, you
smart,
is
you is
smart. You is.
intelligent.
And so the way these affirmations are, they have a scripture. Then I talk about it. In some cases, I may refer back to my book, or something that happened in the book,
Mhm.
in the affirmation. And then after I write what I'm gonna, then I ask you a question,
Mhm.
and then have lines for you to write
Okay.
in there, so you can write down your answer or
So this
whatever
is
your thoughts
definitely
are.
a self-help book.
It is, it
Okay.
is. And
Okay.
then you affirm.
Uh-huh.
After you write your answer, then the next page is say, now affirm it.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
so now you're going to speak whatever that scripture was, you're going to affirm it in your life.
Okay,
And
so
speak it
what
over you.
do you have a certain audience that you would like to target or encourage that this could be most beneficial to?
I say to men and women.
Mhm.
And so at first, when I wrote the book, I thought I was going to gear more toward women. But then I said, this is not a woman thing. This is not a girl thing.
It's a
This
human
is a
thing.
human thing.
Mhm.
Everyone deal with rejection. Everyone deal with anger. You deal with bitterness. Everyone deal with that, guys and girls. And so I think this would be helpful for every age group, and male or female, because we deal with so many different things in life.
Right.
And ironically enough, my husband dealt with rejection as well when he was younger.
I'm sure
And
everybody
so
has dealt with some
yes,
rejection
and
in life. Yeah. So I like that you say that it's for everybody, not just for women, not just for men, but for people in general. And that brings me to the next topic. You do a program with the teenagers, or the not teenagers, I guess preteens,
yeah,
with the girls. So with rejection, when you're in middle school, you're just now trying to discover who you are. You're trying to see where you
yes,
fit in at, or right now you're on social media thinking that what you see on social media is what you're supposed to be. So tell
yes.
me about your organization for the young girls.
Okay, it's called The Beauty in Me. And this is an organization I started in middle school. When I started teaching middle school, um, I'm going to tell you what really started me, what made me start this organization. One of my students was missing out of class.
Hmm.
She hadn't been to class for like maybe 2 or 3 weeks. And I was really concerned. I'm like, where's this little girl at? And she was always a shy person, so I would always pick at her, hey girl, how are you? You doing good today? And, just mess with her. She said, okay, I'm good, Miss Williams, I'm good. Sweet little girl. but she was missing. And so I was asking the students, do you all know what happened to this girl? And one of the students told me, oh, she tried to commit suicide. I said, really? And this is a seventh grader.
Seventh grade. That's
And
what, like 13 or so?
12.
12.
Yeah, because they're 11, I think, in sixth grade or something. They'd be different ages, but around 11, 12. And so I said, oh my God.
What do they know about committing suicide at 12?
Yes, and it just really pierced my heart, and I said, oh my God, and I couldn't believe it. And then the next day, the girl came to school, and so she had been out all this time. They finally told me, but they told me right before she came back. So I was like, oh, I'm glad I know. So I wasn't gonna ask her about that specifically, but I asked her. I said, girl, where you been? I miss you, and just picking with her like I always have. And she was like, oh, I took some pills. And she just told me right out. I was really shocked
But
that.
these kids, they don't have no shame
Yeah.
now. Like, they're very public, very open.
And she just told me. And then I just talked to her, and I told her, I said, why would you do that? And I said, I would have been so sad. And, and I just really talked to her, and I said, I said, you really, I really love you. I really care about you, and you are valuable. And I just started talking to her and pouring into her. And that's what prompted me to really start this club. And then that made me remember on how I dealt with being in middle school and the different phases I went through in my life, how I had low self-esteem, low self-worth. I began to get angry because of the rejection. And then I fought a lot in middle school. And that's because I had become angry from all of the rejection.
The angry fighting pastor.
Oh, yeah.
Say, God, still working on her. Y'all better not mess with Pastor Bridgette.
Well, I ain't forgot. But yeah, I used to fight a lot. My students love when I tell them that. They was like, what happened, Miss Williams?
If people are messing with you, like at some point, and this is what I feel like people don't understand. No matter how nice a person is, everybody has a breaking point. So if somebody steady messing with you, and I know you're a pastor now, you gotta turn that up. Like, how many times do you expect a person to keep turning up their cheek and allowing you to keep abusing them or mistreating them or whatever? So.
Yes, and so that's what made me start the club. And then when I started the club, now it's been 8 years in.
Look at God.
We've had it for 8 years, and it has been such a blessing. And then when I got some sponsors, other teachers that will work with me in the club, that has been so amazing. Even when I wanted to stop the club, I'm like, I don't think we're going to do it this year. And one of the teachers like, no, she's like, no, we have to keep it going. And we just kept it going. And so now we're in our 8th year. I still have students. As a matter of fact, I'm going to one of my first students I taught her and she was in the club. And I'm going to her baby's birthday party next weekend. Okay. So I'm still in touch with her. She's doing great in her life, and she's like, I'm just so forever grateful because she was dealing with low self-esteem. Beautiful girl, beautiful, but she was dealing with low self-esteem, and she overcame it through being in the club.
I'm glad that the other girl ended up being okay.
Yes.
A lot of times kids, they go through things. But to us, the things that they're going to anybody,
don't seem like it's that much.
It's really not. But they put so much pressure on themselves, and it becomes overwhelming. Or they have social media where they're getting bullied online. They're getting bullied at school. They're probably getting in trouble at home. If I can't go and talk to my mom, at least at school, I can go talk to Pastor Bridgette or Miss Williams.
Yes.
So like this is something that's very beneficial.
Yes.
And are you doing this only in a specific district, or are you open to going out to different districts to offer this program to schools?
Right now, I'm only in Dayton ISD, which is the district I work in. I'm no longer at the middle school. I'm at the alternative school. But thankful to my beautiful principal. She is awesome. She allows me to leave on the day that we have the club meetings. She allowed me to leave a little early so that I can go to the meetings still. Okay. And so I'm able to attend the meetings at the middle school and be with the girls.
Okay, and how often do you do the meetings?
It's once a month.
Okay.
So we meet once a month. Then we have, and it's a Christian club. So it's not just a club about self-esteem and being better and self-worth, but we also give them scripture. We talk about God and just reassuring them, knowing you're wonderfully made
The school
by
allow
God.
that?
Yes, the school allows it because it's after hours.
Oh, okay,
Long as
okay.
it's not during school hours, you can talk about God.
Yeah, because I heard the president was supposed to be allowing the Bible back into the school after they removed it and
We have
thought
the
that that
Ten
was going to make
Commandments.
it, better. I don't know why they
Mm.
thought removing, anything dealing with God was going to be a good idea.
Yeah, I mean, we have the Ten Commandments up now
At your school?
at our school.
I
Yeah,
wonder,
so.
do children that are watching, or parents, go get your children and ask them if they know what the Ten Commandments are. Better yet, parents, do
Do
you
you
know the
know?
Ten Commandments? And if you do, have you taught them to your children? Because a lot of
Mhm.
people don't believe in the Bible. They don't believe in God. They just believe, like that we're here. But even
Mhm.
if you don't believe, if you just read the Ten Commandments, it just make you a better person.
Exactly.
Everything that's in the Ten Commandments is just something to make you a better person. So what's
Yep.
wrong with it? What's
Exactly.
the harm in it?
Yes, and I mean, it's all about teaching the kids, treat people the way you want to be treated. We need to learn that and try to enforce it as much as possible. And also, we are living examples. So how we live and how we treat them, that's how we're going to get treated back.
Hmm.
And that's what I've noticed even at the alternative school. And I know one little boy said, well, what do they expect us to be? We at the alternative school, they don't expect us to be good, do they?
Why not though?
Yeah, that's what he told me. I was like, well, yeah.
So
I
they
said,
think that people have given up on them, and that's why they're
yes,
there.
yes.
Instead of him looking at it like, okay, well, I know I messed up, and what I did was really
Mhm.
bad. So maybe these are my consequences because it teaches me that if
Yes.
I break the rules, I'm gonna be sent away to be with
Mhm.
other people that break the rules. Because if you do this in the real world, in the free world, you're
Yeah.
gonna go to jail.
Exactly.
Alternative school is jail for adults.
Exactly.
So
And that's what I
don't
tell
go
them.
to the alternative school and just be what you think people want you to be. Still
Yeah.
be better and want better.
That's what I tell them. I have my book in the classroom, and I tell them, see, this is my book, and I used to read to them in different parts of my book, and tell them, I said I was you.
Hmm. But
I
kids,
would have been here.
they don't understand. I tell my son all the time, like, I try to give you all the game.
Mhm.
I was a kid before. I was a teenager before. I was a young adult before. You're
Yeah.
dating girls. I used to be a girl. I'm a woman now.
Yeah.
So, maybe I've seen some things. Maybe I've been through some things. So, if I see you making the same mistake that I made, I don't want to see you make the mistake. I want to
Mhm.
protect you from doing that. But I'm learning as a mom,
Yeah.
sometimes you just got to let
Back
them,
away.
yeah, back away, let
They
them
want to
make their
make their
mistakes.
they want to make their own mistakes sometimes.
And it's crazy. Why
Um,
would you want to make your mistakes if I can tell you how to prevent that from happening?
I like to learn from others' mistakes.
Yeah, that would be very nice. So let me ask you this question. I want to go back to talking about your program with the girls to teach them self worth because I'm seeing a lot of women, young
Mm.
women online. To me, I feel like they don't have self worth, but these are the women that the young girls are looking up to. So, in
Mhm.
your organization, when it's so popular, or for girls to see, oh, if I'm twerking or if I'm half naked on TV or on social media, these are the girls that's getting the money. These are the girls that the
Mhm.
rich guys like. What can you tell these young girls to make them know that you are more than just your body? You are more than just twerking.
Yep.
What? How do
Because
you?
it starts in here. It starts inside. If you don't believe that you are somebody,
Mhm.
nobody else will.
Mhm.
If you don't value yourself, no one else will. And that's a fact. And so you have to value who you are and make sure that you let other people know. Don't let anybody put a label on you.
What
Don't
if
let
it's their
anybody do that.
parents? I hear a lot
And
of
that
never hear from the boys, but usually like from the
girls,
girls. They have bad relationships with their moms. The moms are the ones that's maybe their first bully,
yeah.
or that's calling them out their names, or telling them that they not worthy or anything. So like when their own mom is telling them that they're nobody, then how can
Mhm.
you reprogram them to believe in themselves to know that they are better than their mom or what their mom try to belittle them to be?
And that is exactly it, reprogramming.
Mhm.
And the you have to be so careful and strategic whenever you're talking to these young people, these young women,
Mhm.
because you can't bash the mom. You know the mom is wrong. You know
But
the
they
mom
love their
is,
mama.
yes, they love their mom. They, it's still their mom. They
Mhm.
still gonna have that love for them. So you can't bash her and say, oh, she's wrong, she's this and she's wicked, she's that. You can't do that. So you have to say, okay, your mom may have said this. Maybe she said it out of anger. I don't believe she really think that's who you are. And so you have to know who you are. And so that's why I'm here to help you find who you are.
Mhm.
And so you got to, then I'll give them scripture, give them something to read, something to look at to reassure them. And you got to keep repeating this to yourself that I am this.
Mhm.
I am free. I am loved. I am beautiful. And don't let anyone else define who you are
Right.
because they will put labels on you. And most of us take those labels and put them on our back and carry it.
Mhm.
But no, you drop that label, whatever they try to put on you, and say, no, that's not who I am.
Right.
That's who you want me to be, but that's not who I am.
Right.
Let me show you who I am.
Mhm.
And you make them out of a lie.
That's right. So we have this for the girls now. Can we look forward to seeing programs that you have for the boys? Because the boys need just as
I
much as
know
the
the
girls.
boys need it, but we need a man that's
Your
gonna.
husband. Y'all
Yeah,
can do side by side.
so
You do the
true,
girls, he do the boys.
so
Because you have
true.
just like you have the girls that's going up there and thinking that okay, well my role model is a rapper that I seen. The boys
Mhm.
have rapper role models too. They thinking,
Yes.
oh, I'm supposed to be toting a gun. I'm gonna go rob somebody. I'm gonna go smoke some weed, and I'm
Mhm.
gonna just be flashy. I'm gonna go have a whole bunch of baby mamas and not gonna take care of none of my kids.
Right, right.
Because that's the only thing that they're showing on TV. That's the only thing that they're playing in the
Yeah.
music. That's the only thing that's on social media. So in their minds, they believe that this is reality.
Wow.
This is my destiny. So how do we
Mhm.
reprogram these YNs,
These
these young boys, to let them know like it's more to life than that.
and
You can
that
have money and have a job and still not be at risk of going to prison or getting killed.
exactly. Well, that is something that I did for the summer. So I had young men and young ladies in the program. So I had the Beauty and Me Summer Edition,
Mhm.
and it was something like a VBS, but I just kind of changed it up
Okay.
and just made it an enrichment program.
Mhm.
And so then I had the young men. So I had them separated. So I had my nephew to help me with it because he's a young man. He was in the army, so he's out now, and he's part of the program, and so he helps out with the young men.
Right. That's amazing. I think that there should be more programs. I don't know if they still do the big brother big sister
I
thing
know I haven't
where they
seen.
have like the big brothers or I used to go to Fallbrook Church a long time ago, and when my son was maybe before he was a teenager or when he was a teenager, they did I can't remember the name of the program, but it was something like Men of Men or Boys to
Oh,
Men or something like that. And they would have the kids to meet up once every so often with the guys. And I just
mm,
think that we should have more programs like that to
yeah,
give kids something to do that's productive and something that they can benefit from. You might not have that at home, or dad might be at home, but he works a lot. So
right.
sometimes parents don't remember that you do need to spend time with your kids. You do have to teach your kids. The school isn't going to teach them everything. So if you
Mhm.
can't do it, maybe they can send them to, like a program. Like I don't know if the schools still do homemaking where they teach little girls how to cook and how to do this. Like they teach the boys how to do wood shop and auto
Mhm.
mechanics. Like where's the class that teach you how to be a gentleman? Like maybe
Right.
this is a school that do it with the debutantes or whatever. The churches that do it with the debutantes. But what are they doing to teach boys how to be men? Like teach them how to tie a tie. Teach them how to
Right.
check the oil. Teach them how to cut some grass. Like yeah, dad can teach them, or a lot of times you depend on your family to help you out, but
Mhm.
everybody don't have that village to be like, okay, well I see my brother working, so let me get his son and go, take him to go show him how to rebuild a car or something,
Yeah. Yeah.
like
It's such a great need for that, for someone to help these young people. And I just want to help wherever I can. I'm already spreading myself out pretty good, but I always try to find ways to help the young people because I know how it is to be young and to be looked over
Yeah.
and ignored and like you're not important.
Yeah.
And I remember a preacher preached this message and it stuck with me. I'll never forget it. He said, a drop in a bucket for you may fill someone else's bucket up. So when young people are going through, and most people think, oh, you don't know stress. Oh, yeah, wait till you get some bills. Wait till you get a job. And wait till so you hear parents say that to their kids. And I never said that to my kids because I know how it felt, when I was a young person. I felt like my bucket was running over, overflowing, so I know how it feels with the young people.
That had 8, 7 others.
I know, right? And so I understood and I understand the young people, and that's what gives me that connection with the young people. Yes, and then they're like, oh, you understand. Yeah, most of those don't.
They act like they forget what it was like.
Right.
Not me. I remember what I was like as a teenager, and it's nothing that you can do that I didn't do.
Exactly.
So,
that's what I tell them. I've done it.
Yeah.
Trust me.
Like, you thought you was going to get away with that?
Yeah.
That's what you was thinking about. You are my child.
Exactly. And I've done it before you did.
Okay.
With your temper, I had that first.
Okay. Because I look at myself and I look back at my life and I'm like, I have come a long way. You say you used to fight and everything. I'm like, I remember just being triggered and being angry, and I used to be the person like, I'd tear everything up in this house. And I remember my mama telling me, you crazy, that's your stuff.
Oh my
you
God,
tearing up your own stuff, you gotta waste your money and buy it again. And
at the moment,
in that moment when she told me that, I'm like, she right. I never tore up nothing else again in my house. Like, I would not get mad and throw something. I had to learn, like how to control myself.
Yes.
And now when I get mad, I used to be so quick. I come back with it real quick, real snappy with the words. Now, if I know that you finna take me there, I will hang up on you, or I just walk away.
Yeah.
I don't have time, and let me walk away. But it took time. Like, as a young person, I wasn't patient like that.
Yeah.
I couldn't just walk away. So I try not to provoke, my child. And I try to be empathetic and understand, like, okay, they don't have an outlet.
Right.
Me, I can get in my car and burn off.
Right.
Your child, they kids, they stuck in the house with you. And if you're a single parent, they stuck with you. They can't even go run to daddy or run to mama and ask for help. You can go run to your friends. You can go run to your pastor. You can go talk to your co-workers. You have an outlet. But your kids, a lot of people think, oh, you a kid. You don't have no feelings.
Yeah.
But they do.
They do.
They just little humans.
And that's why they killing themselves now.
Yeah.
Because,
and you hear a lot about suicide, a lot. And then they just have access to way too much stuff to get them into a lot of trouble.
Yes, exactly.
So listen, okay, so I know that you say that you have your program at your school, but you also have your foundation where you teach people to get certified to be counselors. So for those of you that are watching, if you're interested, she has a class going on right now, but you're going to have another class coming up. So if you're interested in being a Christian certified counselor, go ahead and drop the information that they need where they can find you at to get signed up or to get more information on how to become a certified Christian counselor.
Okay, well, I'm on social media. I'm on Facebook. Pastor Bridgette is easy to find. But you can go to our website. It's www.ba-ministries.org. Now, when you go to that website, we have several different pages. You can go and check out our Christian counseling page. You can go check out Better Not Bitter page. You can go and check out our new open door. That's our outreach that's in the church. Come and visit us. Come and check us out. We are doing great things. We are doing a lot in our community. We've done prayer walks. We have fed the community. We've done a lot of different outreach events. That is the heart of our church and our outreach ministry. And that is in our mission statement. That's in our vision statement, to go out and help people, because that's what we were put on this earth to do.
All right, and you guys can help Pastor Bridget by going on Amazon to purchase her book, Better Not Bitter. Because we
Yes.
want you better. We don't want you bitter.
Exactly.
All right, but thank you so much for joining us at Lay It on the Line. I had a really good time speaking with you
Yes.
today. I really hope that we can get you some more participants to sign up because we could use more Christian counselors.
Yes.
I hope that someone at your school can see this and someone at other schools can see it, and maybe your
Yes.
principal can allow you to branch out to other schools to
Cause
help a lot of girls because parents, you do have to understand that middle school age, that is an age where your children are trying to find their identity, and they might not have self-worth. And sometimes
mhm.
parents just don't know the age that they should start talking to their kids about having self-worth.
Can I
So
put
this
in
is
one more
something.
plug?
Say that again.
We'll put on one more plug about the young ladies. I want to come to your school. I would love to come to your school to present my program. And if you can get a sponsor or two at your school, the teachers or assistants, to help out with this program, and you can have this program at your school to help your young ladies to be better.
So everybody that follow me, if I know that you work in the educational department, you work at the school, Aldine Spring, whatever, I am going to tag you so that you can go ahead and try to get this program at your school. It can only help, and these girls are so lost; they need it. Thank you
Yes.
so much, Pastor
Thank
Bridget. I
you.
appreciate you for being here. I appreciate you for your program to help, because we are so lost. And we
Yeah.
need direction. We need to be
Yes.
helped, guided in the right direction.
Yes.
And we do need people that are out there that can speak from experience to help somebody get from that
Mhm.
dark place or get from that stuck place, as you said, to being
Yes.
better and not bitter. Because
Mhm.
it's no point in walking around bitter. That's going to create wrinkles. Look at her. She was talking about her 50th birthday, and look at how good she look. Look at how pretty her skin is.
I'm 61 now,
Six,
so.
girl, stop. Six. That's
Just
because
had a
she's
birthday.
not bitter.
Exactly.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining
Thank
us and
you.
laying on the
Thank
line.
you.
And you guys, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. It's been real.
Yes.